Hey, it's John at Tinderbox Arts. In a previous video, we talked about how to replace the front headlight bulbs on this R1200 RT. This is a 2012 model year. On this video, though, I want to focus on these little bulbs on the side, which are called parking lights. Getting access to these is not super easy. Now, the original bulb was an incandescent bulb known as a W5W, and the base of that bulb is a T10 wedge style. This LED bulb here is also a T10 wedge style, and it can be used for replacing in a lot of different types. The LEDs seem to be, one bulb replaces all of those, and I did find, as far as the CAN bus system in the RT, apparently these parking lights are less sensitive, in other words, programmed to be less sensitive as far as the amperage. So it doesn't really matter, and as far as performance, we're really not that concerned about it. It's just a parking light. So I replaced this bulb about 6 or 8 months ago with an LED. The CAN bus system never complained, so it really wasn't an issue. However, this particular bulb has a fault now. One of the diodes must be loose or something, and it's kind of blinking or shimmering, and that's not good because a car could interpret that as a turn signal, which I don't want. So I do need to replace this now. So to get access to the bulb socket and you can replace the bulb, you have to remove some bodywork here. So there's this little section right here which needs to be removed. In order to remove that, however, you have to remove this mirror assembly. And in order to remove that, you have to remove the mirror. And in order to remove the mirror, on this model, there's a set screw underneath. Now, that probably describes the 2010 to 2013 models. If you have an older model, like a 205 to 209, then I think this mirror will just pop off on you. It's just some rubber grommets that hold it in place. But for this model year, there is a set screw underneath, so always check. So we're looking underneath the mirror here, and there's a hole right here, which I've actually drilled a little bit bigger than the factory. And we're going to insert a Torx into that, and we have to kind of fish around to find that set screw. Okay, that was it. And what we're going to do is loosen this until it backs all the way out, because that's what holds the mirror from falling out on this particular model. Once I'm sure I have that set screw backed out, then I can pop this off carefully. All right, that comes off, and I'll try to show you. So right here is the set screw, all right? It is tricky to get to. The correct one is a T25. All right, looking inside the mirror housing, there are 3 screws to attend to. There's this one right here, and then there's one hidden in a hole right here that you have to really, again, fish around to get to. So we need to get all 3 of those loose. First 2 come pretty easy, but that hidden one is a pain. Notice the hidden one, it's actually at an angle to even get to it. Now I got to be careful as I unscrew this because I am going to loosen everything up here and I don't want it to drop to the floor. And as I loosen that all the way up, this whole section right here becomes free. Now I can take this section off, and there is a bulb connected to the back of this, which is the turn signal. And then I can remove this section and get it out of my way. Now, let me stop right here and mention something. You're going to ask me, why do you have to remove this whole mirror housing when you can see you have some access behind here now? Well, there is a reason for it. This is the 3rd screw that's hidden. It dropped out. I have always found when I take this apart, let me get this on camera, there is a little ear right here, and the screw is supposed to go through that ear like that on top. However, in order to make that happen, I've found I usually need to apply the Torx driver through there, hold the screw in place, and then push this back on. Otherwise, the screw gets loose, and it's just impossible to get it tight. You can put the screw in like that, and it will hold the turn signal housing in place, but when you go to take this apart, you'll find that that ear is hanging down and getting in the way. All right, so now we have access. It's not a lot of access, but there's access. What we're going to do is reach behind here you can get one finger in there, and I'm going to show you, there's going to be a tab, and you move that tab to loosen the socket, and that whole bulb should pull out and give you some room. You can also get access from under here if that works better for you. There's no easy way, and it is a little annoying, but as I'm sliding my hand under there, my middle finger, which is my longest, can just feel the edge of that tab. So I'm coming down here like this, and right here is where we're aiming for, right? And I can feel that tab. If you watch here, I'm going to pull that tab and loosen this. And then it's pinching with my other two fingers to pull that out. And then once I do pull it out, there's some more room to work. Okay, so here is the bulb, and this is the tab I'm talking about. So there is, as long as you can get your finger in there, there is a way to twist that, and you don't need too much leverage. When I put it back in, I move the tab the other way. These wedge-type bulbs come out very simply. You just undo it like that, and now I can replace this. I would highly recommend, when you replace the bulb, to test it before you put it all back together, because you don't want to do this twice. So the replacement bulb I have here, we'll check this socket to make sure there's no corrosion. Some of these bulbs do have polarity, so that's another reason to check this. I'm going to just put that in there, trying not to mess up the diodes. Now, I'm just going to turn the key on, and it does not come on. Well, that tells me that the polarity is wrong, so I'm going to pull it back out, swap it 180 degrees, and it turns on. So that all looks good. All of the LEDs are lit up. So we're in good shape there. I can put it back on. But that, again, shows you definitely want to check this before you put it back together. All right, so to put this back in, I'm just going to fish this whole assembly as best I can to the general area where I need to be. You got to get that tab lined up. And actually, the camera is really in my way here, but I'm going to work around it. What I sometimes do is come to the front, so I have a hole that I can look through and make sure I'm lining it up somewhere near correct, and that is about it. All right, so I've pushed the bulb into the housing, but I haven't used that tab to twist it home yet, so this is the trickiest part, I think. That's it. So I just used the back of my middle finger to push down like that on that tab that we talked about, and that clicked it in place. So that is good. I'm going to try this one more time with the key to make sure we have no problems. That lights up. It looks good. So now I can just button this back up. It's just the reverse, but I am going to show you something with this screw up here that we talked about before. This is what I'm talking about. I push the driver through the hole, and I'm holding that screw in place, and then I will put this mirror housing back on, going through the slot. Let me just get this lined up. So now I have the driver holding that screw in place. Otherwise, it will come out pretty easily. So I'm going to carefully leave it like that. Then I'll grab my turn signal housing. Let me move the camera back a little bit. Plug this back in. And now, the way this goes back on, there's a little receiving slot right here for this little tab. And then that screw goes in here. So I got to be careful when I push this back in that I don't push the screw out. That's why that driver is there. So I'll carefully do that. I'm holding the driver now so it can't. And I'll just twist that by hand to get it started. Once it's started, then the danger is over. Finally, we'll put the mirror back on. There is this outer edge here which snaps into place, and there are some slots right here which correspond to some ears. But just don't forget you need to use that set screw again. So we'll get this lined up where it should be, something like that. Pop it on. and it clicks in place. I can move it around, that's good, but now I need to fish in there and get that set screw tightened up. Don't crank down on it like an ape, but just enough to keep the mirror from falling off. And that is it. Your light is repaired.